Bruh, 233,000 might, and we're barely, what, 13 days into the season? That is wild. Welcome back, everybody, and today we are deep into the Black Zone. We are currently sitting in the Smuggler's Den in Dead Pine Forest, but we're going to move out. We're going to go to Glacier Fall Canyon because I think we found the secret. Now, it's probably no surprise to everybody, but Quality 6 black zones. Now we're doing Glacier Fall because even though it's tier 6, it's nice, it's quiet, and we're going to see just how much mount I can, or not mount, how much might I can get. So starting off in the hour, right, we're looking at, I am 4th place, 31,810. Now obviously we're going to be going for value as well. So I've got all my tools, all my books, my pies. I even got some gathering pots in case we find something juicy. Now, you'll notice I'm wearing my combat gear, just because that's what I had on me, but we are rocking the quarterstaff double blade. I got it set to run right now. So let's get out there and see just how good this is. Now, I did ask that guy what his secret was, and he did mention that he comes out to these high quality zones. So we're going to see what a high quality tier 6 zone will look like for us. Now we saw a couple people, I scouted out a couple people when I came into this area, and couple swift claws, nothing too crazy, and because it's a tier 6 zone, it doesn't get a lot of interest, so we shouldn't have too much competition. But let's go out there. I mean, out here it's a 6% enchant rate. That's not great, but this is just tier 5. Out here, 0 to 5 in the zone, 15%, a little bit better. And what do we got over there? We got a 6 flat treasure and a 5-1 fiber. So we're not going to mess with that power core. So we're going to swing this way. Now, I'm going to go for stone as well, but enchanted stone. Nothing else, so not 6 flats or anything like that. We've got a small ore spot here. Let's see if it's been touched or not. Maybe, if we're lucky, we can find a verdant wisp. Hear one whispering. Let's see. Ooh, it is only common, so I don't expect it to really have anything good for us, but we'll go in, we'll do a lap. My advice, take these when you get the chance to. You never know what you're going to find. Sometimes the tier 6 ones even have bears, so tier 6... do a quick lap for any enchanteds. As you can see, the map, not very big on these. You can get through everything here in 2 minutes. Alright, full loop, nothing glowing. We'll take the flats. You do get might out in the wisps. It counts as Outlands might. It's just the mist has lower quantity, so not as much might value. Not really worth the fight, and it's only 6 flat. Looks like the Destiny board stuff got messed around with. On top of these being much smaller, they also close quicker, so you will notice that you may have only been in there for a few minutes, but it'll start closing pretty soon. Now, real talk, if you're not bringing these journals, you are missing out because a full one, so an empty one, is about 11,000, 11 and change, 9 for fiber, and 11 for lumberjack. But full ones sell for about 33,000, 35,000. even more on the skinning ones. So you're looking at triple at least your investment. So if you're not bringing journals, I always bring at least 2. You're really missing out on close to, you know, 75,000 profit per material. And like I mentioned, as you can see, we just got in. A few minutes later, it's already starting to close. Back out into the black zone. Let's check this actual ore spot. Tier 5s, I don't really care about those. As you can see, in the mist, we were getting 1 and then 3 when we got the gathering bonus. But out here, where the quality 6 is with the, you know, gathering fame bonus and everything, which doesn't really affect might, but now we're getting 2 and 4 apiece. So we are seeing a might difference. And then, of course, out in the black zone, you get that gathering fame bonus. Now, I'm going to tell you right here and now, if you are grinding might for the Conqueror's Challenge, gathering is not the way to go. There's much faster ways of getting your might. But see, I'm doing it, so I can sort of help my guild out. And this is the only one I really have a chance of being top of the leaderboard. Down here in Black Zone, and we've done this before a few times, but it's not really necessary that we stay close to the edge. I like doing at least 1 lap around the edge before I start moving inner. So we're going to go ahead and start off with that. We went from one exit to the next. We'll wrap around the edge, and then we'll move towards the center of the map. You know, you can't be too mad at stone. I mean, it doesn't have the best value, but it's just under 500 a piece. One of those things, you get enough of it, and hey, it stacks up. At least 6.1. Now, even though I'm in a zone that says 0 to 5, right? 0 to 5 players down here. That doesn't mean 0. So we absolutely do need to stay on our guard, which is why I have my run abilities set, because just 1 is all it takes. 1 naughty gatherer, 1 ganker, somebody with daggers, somebody fame farming. That's all it takes to ruin our run. Just give me a bad day. I don't know about you guys. I already work a 9 to 5. My day's already bad enough. Now, of course, it does look like we have a little bit of competition, so who knows? Maybe I will turn into that slimy ganker if we stumble across somebody. Now, usually when I see stone enchanted to 0.3, I think it's a waste of an enchantment. But 6-3, 7-3, and of course 8-3, I will go to bat for them because still love to see it. But look at that. The fiber was, what, 9,000 empty, and now it's 41,000 full. Bring your journals. That's all I can say. The 15% enchant rate is not disappointing us too much. Now, we're getting low quantities on the nodes, but nice volume. Or nice value, I mean. I'd say we're about halfway around the map. As well as almost halfway through our first pie. Definitely think there is another gatherer because I'm pretty sure there is a 5-1 fiber out over here. So it might have been that guy that we met over in this corner. I didn't inspect him. I definitely should have. Another tip when you're out gathering out here in the open world, check every nook, every cranny. Go as far into the corner as you can because you never know where the node is going to spawn. You never know if that one in the very back corner is going to be an enchanted 0.3. You just never know. So check every single nook and cranny. I'll always check the mists. I know today's, location is Black Zone, but if we find a legendary mist, why not go into it? When you're just running, right, when you're just out doing your thing, you're not like me, you're not creating content, you're not streaming, you're just playing the game. Go where the money is. If you're in the Black Zone, but you stumble upon that rare mist, go for it. If you're in the roads and you stumble upon a 0 to 5 tier 8 Black Zone, take advantage of it while you can. Well, that was not part of the plan. So he's rocking, that was either the ironclad or the regular quarterstaff. Merc jacket. Probably just out here fame farming. Now, I could probably, if I wanted to, beat him up. But I'm peaceful. I'm a peaceful guy. So, as long as he doesn't start stealing my materials, I'll let him do his thing. Two fiber journals, 83,000. Almost an extra 100,000 just from 2 full journals. All right, now we're coming back on the original entrance, so now we'll start heading a little bit more inward. Now, I mentioned it before, but the closer you are to an exit or the main road, the lower the tier the materials. So you're always going to find the lower materials closer to those exits. I am going to fight these for the might. I do believe fiber is the last resource that I need to get to level 100 on tier 6. Besides, of course, stone, but who cares? And we are 4% away from getting there. Level 99. Okay, we are 1 level away. I thought we were already level 99. That's my bad. "5-1, it's not great, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Well, we're definitely not going to be around for another 3 hours and 57 minutes, but that would be nice if we were. All right, now the zone did just go up to 6 to 15. That means either there's a slightly large group moving through here, or there was 5 of us just kind of not seeing each other before. But when that happens, if you want to play it safe, my biggest advice is avoid POIs. So we're going to move a little bit away from that 6-4. And it went back down to 0-5. So either small group move through, or there's 5 of us and we're just not seeing each other. Now, we do have to be careful, because one zone over is Elder Sleep, which is a Tier 8 World Boss zone. And who likes to live out in Tier 8 World Boss zones? Gankers. And, well, look at that, the 6-4. The very thing I said we were going to avoid. Big brain. Pro gamer move. And just in time for our pie to fall off. So halfway through the gathering session, let's take a peek. We were at 31,810, and now we're 33,712. So we'll round that up to about 2,000 in 30 minutes from a low enchant rate, tier 6, quality 6 zone. Not bad, I dare say. And of course, you know, we're not going to be anything crazy, but let's see what we're looking at. Gathering fame for this week. I haven't been too active. That is my guildmate right there. He has been going crazy, and we're trying to follow in his footsteps with 2.21 million for the week. And here I am, 44,600. Well, that's not right. That's not. It needs time to update. All right? It just needs time to update. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me throughout these videos, throughout this series as we grind. If you are enjoying the content, if you are enjoying this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. Drop a comment what you enjoy about my content, and make sure you hit that like button on this video. All of that goes a long way to supporting me, and we are ever so close to 2,500 subs. So once again, thank you all very, very much. And let me know in the comments. I do really want to know this because I'm always trying to make the best content I can for you guys. Do you want to see shorter videos? Are my videos too long? Are they a good length? What kind of... Well, not what kind of. What length do you think that these videos should be? So let me know in the comments down below if you think that these need to be longer, shorter, or if they are just right. They really need to change common wisps versus rare wisps, because I mean that's a dark blue border right there. That would tell me that that's a rare wisp, but it isn't. Ooh, that enchanted right while we were gathering it. Oh, wow. So, now I could be wrong. Let me know if I am. But I think the enchantments cycle every hour at 10 to 15 minutes past. Again, I could be way wrong. It could be random. I don't know. But just from my experience being out here, boots on the ground, it feels like I've seen it most at that 10 to 15 minute past the hour mark. And look at that, epic wisp. So we'll grab these T6. We'll go check out that epic wisp up there. Tier 8, please. Tier 7. We'll still roam it. It's just one wisp, one mist. As you can see, 6.1 gives us 6 when it crits. So a little bit less than the open world, especially the higher quality zones. Now, I am going to constantly switch back to my run set because in the medium likelihood event that we encounter one of the Raven Gankers, I need to be able to run if I get dismounted. We'll swing by this hotspot, but we gotta be careful because who loves to wait for gatherers at hotspots? Gankers do. And then we've got a injured wisp coming through in a couple minutes. So keep an eye on that. If that disappears, then we know at least somebody's out here escorting that. Alright, not a bad little enchanted haul from the hotspot. Nodes take way too long to gather, so I'm not going to stick in that one area to gather all those T7 nodes. That's that same swords guy from earlier. We saw the other guy go in this direction, so maybe we'll work a little bit away from the edge. Oh, tricky, tricky. What are you trying to do down here, buddy? Okay, he's gathering. And we've got our escape on. He's got minor boots and dual swords. That guy, a possible problem. Combat set, high spec, bow. But it was only 5-1, and I am wearing fight gear, so... May have saw me and gotten scared. This is the exact reason that we want to have our run set on. And I don't have my run set on. I did not change abilities. Fantastic. And he's got carving sword, movement of the year. Well, nothing like an escape to get the blood pumping. I think that's a good sign. We just back out of here, take our win. Six to 15 people in this zone probably scouting that large chest, so we will definitely avoid that. Don't want to get too close to their cabbages. Or what are they growing? Could be wheat. I don't know if you can actually tell. This is just, what do they call these? Just castle outposts. The good news is, when it is time for us to head back, oh, it might be time for us to run right now. Let's not head straight for the exit. Let's see if they follow. We'll head towards the road. See, that's not great. Let's jump into the road, and hopefully nobody's waiting for us on the other side here. All of them. And enjoy this chase sequence. Let's see how this ends up for us. They're dismounted up ahead. They screwed up that fear wall. They screwed it up. Oh, I'm bleeding, though. And that bleed is going to keep me. Fort Sterling Cape. And they can't all chase through that. I took one. Truth is, I have no idea where I am, and I definitely don't want to get caught in a tunnel. So I ran that way, let them think I went tunnel. Wherever this is, it's pretty shallow. And let's start looking for a Breck portal. I would have been absolutely cooked if they got that firewall placed right. I'm actually not that far from the Bridgewatch portal. Good thing I don't need to go there. Quite a lot of action today. But nobody ever said making money was safe. All right, back to Brazilian. All right, now before we depot, let's check our might. So we started off with 31,810, and we went up to 34,944. So over 3,000 in an hour. Now, again, remember what I said. If you're looking to push for that Conqueror's Challenge, Gathering is not it. Do PvE, do the depths, do something different, because you're not getting to that 1 million on the Conqueror's Challenge off of Gathering. I promise you that. But not too bad with the might. Now let's see what we're looking at here. So in our materials, we've got 80 million, 80 flat, and then the loot bits, we've got another 8.24. So altogether, we're looking at 88.24. Nice and simple. So 88.24 starting value. Now let's put away the tools, the here, gathering pots I didn't use, and any, you know, unfilled journals. We made 1.5 million from this run. So 1.5 million in a T6 Q6 zone. I'd say that's not a bad turnout. T6 Q6 with also a fairly large focus on stone, and we only were in that one zone. So used up nodes, just us roaming around in one zone. 1.5 million, not too bad. So let's go ahead and get everything where it goes. All right, so 88.24 plus 1.5, that equals 89.74. So we are at a grand total of 89.74 stockpiled away. Less than 11 million. What is that? 10.26. 10.26 million away from our 100 mil goal, and then I will be able to sell all of this. One big fell swoop. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And, you know, let me know what you guys want to see next. I want to continue to evolve and grow my content. Let me know what other type of gathering content you want to see. And I will see you guys next time.